Next on Worcester News Tonight, President Donald Trump addresses Congress. We're hearing from Worcester's congressman we brought to the speech. Plus, improving health care for veterans. The VA holds a meeting in Worcester to help those who have served. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. We begin tonight in our nation's capital, where President Donald Trump addressed Congress tonight, and a doctor from UMass Memorial Medical Center was in the crowd. Representative Jim McGovern brought Dr. Babak Mohavedi as his guest to tonight's speech. Dr. Mohavedi was born in Iran and left the country as a teenager. He now lives in the United States with his family. He has a green card, but is worried about his status in the country.
Able to come back, and I still have my mother and my brother living in Belgium, so it touched me personally.
Since taking office, President Trump has proposed tougher immigration laws, including an executive order which banned immigrants from certain countries from entering the United States. President Trump addressed a joint session of Congress tonight. Shortly after 9 p.m., he took to the podium. His speech touched on support for the military and law enforcement. The president reaffirmed his intention to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. The president also spoke of strengthening the U.S. economy and creating jobs. A move by the president to revoke a transgender bathroom rule is drawing criticism. The White House says it should be up to each state to decide if schools allow transgender students to use the bathroom of their choice. Our Olivia Lemon spoke with a transgender teenager and has a closer look at the issue.
Everyone's been supported and I feel comfortable there.
13-year-old Marcus Frem says he's thankful to live in a state accepting of the LGBTQ community. The transgender teen switched gender identities in September 2016 and says he hasn't had any issues at school.
Nothing has really changed friend-wise. I guess you could say they've all supported me and I've probably gained more from just, feeling more comfortable.
But now Frem says he's confused why the Trump administration would take away protections for transgender students. The president announced last week the revoking of federal guidelines specifying transgender students have the right to use public school restrooms matching their gender identity.
They should just let everyone do what they want, go wherever they want. There shouldn't be a choice to prevent them from doing that.
In Massachusetts, there is legislation allowing students to use the bathroom matching their gender identity. But Marcus's parents, Jeanette and David Frem, say it shouldn't be a states' right issue. It has to be a federal issue.
That's going to put transgender kids at risk. And so the federal government has an obligation to protect the rights of their citizens and to make sure that school systems are protecting the safety and security and the health of all the students they are basically sworn to teach and protect.
I can't believe that there are government officials talking about bathrooms.
Right.
This is unbelievable. There's so many more important things to talk about.
The Frems are hoping more states will pass legislation like Massachusetts to keep transgender students safe.
I can see the point how schools should be able to choose it, but they shouldn't have to choose between it. There shouldn't be another option.
Veterans from across central Massachusetts gathering in Worcester tonight to talk about health care. The VA Central Western Massachusetts healthcare system hosted a town hall tonight to answer questions about health care coverage and services available to veterans in Massachusetts. In the last few years, Veterans Affairs has been scrutinized for long delays in providing proper care to veterans. The director of VA Healthcare Systems says wait times have improved in Massachusetts, and they hope to continue to make progress.
Improving our processes. A lot of it is just putting emphasis on it as we have as leaders in the system, and it's getting better. It's one of the areas, though, that's still the top priority of the new VA Secretary, Dr. Shulkin, and so we haven't given up on that because we still have a lot of work to do.
In central Massachusetts, there is an outpatient clinic available in Worcester and also Northampton. JetBlue is spreading its wings and adding service at Worcester Regional Airport. The airline already operates daily flights to and from Florida, and today announced new service to New York City. As our Rosalind Flaherty shows us, flights to New York will now link travelers to even more destinations.
Soon, you will be able to fly out of Worcester Regional Airport and access the world.
This is a game changer for the Worcester Airport and for our Central Mass community.
Massport and Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito announced Tuesday JetBlue will be adding a daily flight to and from JFK International Airport in New York City to Worcester.
From early morning to late in the day, so any traveler could go to New York and come back in a day right here at Worcester Airport.
JetBlue will begin service to New York City once the Category 3 landing system is installed at the airport. The $30 million investment allows planes to land in low visibility.
This is good for business travelers, it's great for students, it's great for families and individuals, and it's great for people that need to come and go, whether to UMass Medical and the research activities that are there, or to some of the other large employers, or smaller businesses that need to connect to world partners.
JetBlue began service at Worcester in 2013 and currently has direct flights to Orlando and Fort Lauderdale. New York City is JetBlue's largest focus city, where it offers more than 170 daily departures to 75 destinations throughout the U.S., Caribbean, and Latin America.
With a flight from Worcester to New York's Kennedy, we have a 7,000-foot runway that can connect people to the world.
The state says Worcester Regional Airport generated $46 million in 2014, a figure Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce President Tim Murray expects will grow with more air service.
Where people can be connected, there's going to be economic growth, and that's a good thing for the region.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
One place many are traveling to today is New Orleans for Mardi Gras, but here in Worcester, you don't have to leave the city to celebrate Fat Tuesday. Worcester held a Mardi Gras celebration of its own in the Canal district tonight. There was plenty of beads, masks, and music near Kelly Square. Lots of entertainment on a brisk night for an event which brings a little piece of Bourbon Street to Worcester every year.
We're hoping to win the scavenger hunt, the photo scavenger hunt, for the third year in a row, and for her to win Mardi Gras Queen third year in a row. Well, it's a hope.
The annual event is sponsored by the Canal District Alliance. Fat Tuesday is the final day of Mardi Gras, which ends right before Ash Wednesday and the start of Lent. Worcester police investigating an armed robbery at HighLow gas station on Main Street from Monday night. According to police, the suspect had a handgun and fired one round into the air during the robbery. Manager tells us he was outside attending to customers when the suspect approached him and asked for his money.
It took me a few seconds to process it because I never expected that time. And then I guess he took a second step to fire the gun in the air, kind of tried to make me scared, or just a different way to get the money. So I just handed him some change that was in my pocket.
The manager says the suspect took more than $100. The suspect is described as a Hispanic man wearing a mask and dark-colored sweatshirt. He fled on foot in the direction of Eureka Street. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Worcester Police Department. The state is expanding its registry services at AAA branches in Massachusetts. Newest location is right here in Auburn and aims to give drivers more options than waiting in lines at the Registry of Motor Vehicles. Our Catherine Andrioli reports.
Convenient. I went to the Registry of Motor Vehicles in Worcester, Mass. yesterday, and I was in line for almost an hour.
Fewer lines and a shorter wait time are a couple factors drivers like Terry Habib say make renewing their license much easier at AAA.
I'm very excited to get this done today, accomplish something in a short period of time. So, it makes a big difference in somebody's world when they're busy.
AAA's Auburn branch announced the addition of registration services during a ribbon-cutting ceremony Tuesday. AAA members can now renew or replace their license and registration here.
This will make it so much more convenient for people here in the Auburn community to come renew their license, their registration.
Auburn branch joins Worcester as the second AAA location in central Massachusetts to offer registration services. Executive Vice President John Galvin says the Auburn branch will stay open on the weekend.
So we'll see foot traffic into the branches increase by 70% to 100%. People love the service.
AAA now offers the only Saturday registry hours in Massachusetts. For those busy working families who only are able to get registry services done on a Saturday, we are open at our AAA branches that provide registry services like Auburn.
State Senator Michael Moore says the partnership between the RMV and AAA is part of an initiative to make registry services more efficient.
This is what government should be doing. It's a public-private partnership, more efficiently being served.
AAA's Mary McGuire says members are still learning about the registry service. They expect many members will take advantage of it.
And you can do a number of other things, whether it's insurance, financial services at the same time. So it's really a one-stop shopping experience, which we think is great.
In Auburn, Catherine Andrioli.